Hi, it's Tom
and Mike
from Take Time to Travel. We recently traveled to Quebec City and we had an amazing time the entire time we were there. One of the highlights of our trip to Quebec City was a guided tour over to Isle d'Orléans, where we explored the island and learned a little bit about it.
We sampled a few different wineries, including one that specializes in blackcurrant wine and crème de cassis, as well as a cidery, a chocolaterie, a farm for some fresh Isle d'Orléans strawberries, and of course, we checked out the beautiful scenery along the way. Then on the way back, we stopped at the spectacular Montmorency Falls.
In this video, we're going to show you all of it. So without further ado, let's dive right in.
We started our journey at our hotel in Old Quebec, where we were picked up by our local tour guide, Suzanne. She drove us through the fortified walls of the city and over towards Isle d'Orléans. We made our way over to the highway and across the bridge to the beautiful Isle d'Orléans.
Our first stop was at Cassis Monna Filles. It's a popular spot that produces blackcurrant wines and crème de cassis on 22 hectares of land. They also have a popular creamery where you can get gelatos and sorbets, as well as a popular spot to eat called La Monaguette Restaurant. The restaurant has a beautiful veranda with some pretty spectacular views to enjoy a nice meal on a hot summer day. But we're going to head downstairs to the wine cellar and boutique and check out some of Cassis Monna Filles' homegrown blackcurrant flavored products. Inside the boutique, it's nice and bright and the shelves are lined with bottles full of different blackcurrant wines and crème de cassis. Our tour guide, Suzanne, explained to us about the different products. We decided on one of their specialties, a big bottle of crème de cassis liqueur.
After checking out the wine room, our tour guide explained to us the differences between the different wine jellies, jams, and a variety of other gourmet products. We paid and headed back outside, where they have a few different varieties of blackcurrants growing. They also have a little museum where you can learn about blackcurrant wine and learn all about what it means to be a liqueuriste. But we're going to find a spot outside and enjoy the beautiful weather today. We grabbed a picnic table with this gorgeous summertime view and sampled some of the blackcurrant crème de cassis, which we both thought was very tasty.
We could sit there and drink those all day, but let's keep going to the next place. We hopped in the van and our tour guide Suzanne drove us to the next stop, a winery called the Isle de Bacchus Vineyard. We went inside and checked out the products on display while we waited for our turn to talk to a wine expert to discuss the different types of wines available.
We each selected the types of wine that we wanted to try and made our way out back to grab a seat on the grassy terrace and enjoy this spectacular expansive view. There's some pretty cool farmhouses here too. I love the blue roofs, they really stand out. We sat down at our table and sampled our different types of wines, as instructed from left to right. It didn't take long for us to finish our wine, but we really enjoyed our time here with this sweeping vista over the vineyard and the St. Lawrence River.
And now it's time for us to keep going on our tour. We hop back in the van for a short drive to our next stop, an orchard and cidery called Cideries Bilodeau. We hopped out of the van and headed inside. Inside there was some nice artwork on the wood-paneled walls and ceilings, and there were lots of different products on display. We got to try complimentary samples of each product we wanted from here, and sample we did. We ended up buying quite a bit from the cidery and the blackcurrant place.
Next, we drove further along the island, past farmers' fields and orchards with views of the St. Lawrence River on the side. Then, we crossed through the middle of the island, past the maple syrup sugar bush, which is another popular locally produced product. On the other side of the island, there were some beautiful water views and cottages. I really like this one here with the yellow trim.
We kept on driving and also got some great views across to Quebec City. As we continued along, we saw some beautiful homes before making our next stop at this extremely popular Chocolaterie de l'Île d'Orléans. That's the line for ice cream, which is a bit too long for us. So we headed over to the chocolate shop around the side of the building, which didn't have a line to get into. Once inside the beautiful stone building, we explored all of the different goodies and sweets that the Chocolaterie de l'Île d'Orléans had available. There was so much to choose from, it was hard to decide. But since it's a chocolaterie, we chose some salted caramel chocolates from this glass display case, which were absolutely phenomenal.
After that delightful little stop, we made our way over to see our tour guide Suzanne's favorite house on the island, with this massive wraparound porch and lots of pasture land around it. Very pretty. Then we stopped at Polyculture Plant Market to get yet another locally produced specialty, fresh Isle d'Orléans strawberries. The market had other produce available, but we just got a basket of strawberries, which went very well with the salted caramel chocolates.
Then we made one last stop at a winery, so that we could stroll through the vineyard and get the thumbnail photo for this video. Before hopping back in the van and over towards our last stop of the tour, Montmorency Falls. We drove back across the Orléans Island Bridge, then walked a little bit to get to Montmorency Falls.
Tom and Ray waited here while I ran over to get a closer look. Once you started to get close, you could really see the mist coming off the falls. Being 84 meters or 276 feet tall, Montmorency Falls is pretty spectacular up close, although it did get the GoPro camera lens a little wet. There's some people for scale. Overall, we really enjoyed our guided tour of Quebec's Isle d'Orléans. There's so much to see and do, as well as eat and drink.
It was a really relaxing experience to explore the countryside, and yet you're only 15 minutes from Quebec City.
We would definitely recommend visiting Isle d'Orléans if you're planning on traveling to Quebec City.
As always, we really enjoyed making today's video, and we hope you enjoyed watching it too. If you did, we'd really appreciate it if you would like, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications on our future videos. It really does help with the YouTube algorithm, and it helps our small channel to grow.
And remember, take time to travel. Catch you on the next one.